U.S. President Joe Biden has paid a surprise visit to Kyiv in a major show of support ahead of the one-year anniversary of Russia's invasion of Ukraine. He met the media alongside Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy, and he underscored Washington's unwavering commitment to the embattled nation.
You know, 1 year later, Kyiv stands, and Ukraine stands. Democracy stands. The Americans stand with you, and the world stands with you.
Mr. Biden also announced a fresh package of military aid worth $500 million and promised tougher sanctions on Russia. No new advanced weapon deliveries were mentioned, but Mr. Zelenskyy says he spoke to Mr. Biden about long-range weapons. The U.S. president's visit comes as air raid sirens were heard across Kyiv, although there were no reports of new Russian shelling. The Ukrainian leader called the trip a very important show of support for his country.
Thank you very much for coming, Mr. President. It's a huge moment of supporting the Ukraine. And what can I say? I really appreciate that President Biden, American society, being from the very beginning of this tragedy, from the very beginning of this full-scale war, from the first days being together with us.
And for the latest, CNA's Jeremy Cole joins us live from Kyiv. Jeremy, a huge moment for Ukraine there. Tell us more about what was discussed between the leaders.
Well, certainly a huge moment for Ukraine and also a big surprise. Now, earlier this morning, there were rumors about the imminent arrival of a VIP from the west after parts of the city center were closed off. There were also traffic snarls in the city center as well. But Mr. Biden's public itinerary has stated that he would only be in Poland for these few days. And his officials had also denied that there will be any announcement about any imminent trips to Ukraine while he is in Poland. Earlier this morning, Mr. Biden went on a walkabout in the city center of Kyiv alongside his Ukrainian counterpart, Volodymyr Zelenskyy. And shortly after that, Mr. Zelenskyy posted an image to Telegram of him together with Mr. Biden alongside the message, "Joseph Biden, welcome to Kyiv. Your visit is an extremely important sign of support for the Ukrainians." And subsequently, he also posted on Twitter saying that Mr. Biden's visit here is historic, timely, and brave. Now, in a very brief public appearance, Mr. Zelenskyy spoke first in English, thanking the Americans for their support. And Mr. Biden then said that it's important that the President of the United States be here on the anniversary of the war, and that there should be no doubt whatsoever that about U.S. support. Now, a statement from the White House subsequently said that Mr. Biden is in Kyiv to reaffirm America's unwavering and unflagging commitment to Ukraine's democracy, sovereignty, as well as its territorial integrity. And it's also due to announce another delivery of equipment to Ukraine, including artillery, ammunition, anti-armor systems, as well as anti-air surveillance radars. But as you know, the backdrop to Mr. Biden's trip here to Ukraine is dangerous and complicated. Air raid sirens sounded across the city while he's here. And also there's also the ever-present threat of Russian missile attacks here.
Thanks for that. CNA's Jeremy Cole speaking to us there from Kyiv.